Come through, queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through, Queen. Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Dan.
Well, we're back at it once again. Plenty going on. Lots of stuff in the news. A lot of stuff going on in the pre-show. We're talking about, and just like that, of course, which I think is like really hitting its stride right now.
I know, they went to Chipotle.
They went to Chipotle. Important New York cultural moment, as if like Chipotle is only in New York. And then we have a fun bonus episode this week. As you know, we're loving RHONY 2.0, and we go deep on the homes.
Yes, as two real estate experts.
As two real estate experts, we're going deep. 25 minutes we talked about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you've been itching for that, head on over to comethroughqueen.com for that. But let's get to the news. Now, I pleaded with Bravo on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
On my friggin' knees.
What'd you say? Oh,
I said, stop hurting us.
you've done so much on your knees.
No. I said, stop hurting us. Just give us a trailer. After they sent out the tweet of the official cast photo of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that leaked earlier in the day, they put the high res image out.
The photos keep on leaking.
Yeah.
Like the reunion photos, every photo keeps on leaking.
Yeah, you're right. Because the Atlanta reunion photo leaked. I think, was that last week or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So that leaked. We were hoping we would get a trailer before recording today. I assume at this point they don't do trailers on Fridays. So I don't think we're going to get it till early next week, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
But who knows? Because like this was clearly not intended to come out today.
Exactly.
So Salt Lake City season 4, we got 6 gals. We got in the center Heather Gay and Lisa Barlow.
Okay. One is deserved.
Yeah. Flanking them are Meredith Marks and Whitney Wild Rose.
Sure.
Our core 4, one might say.
Yes.
And then we got some interesting stuff going on. We got an Angie.
But not the Angie that we want.
Not the Angie come through Queen ones.
Just kidding. Most people want this Angie.
I think
though.
most people want Angie K, not Angie H.
Angie K serving Veneno. She's in the Veneno top.
She's in the Veneno top. She is taking a page from Jenna Lyons, giving us the landing strip.
Yes.
As Jenna describes it. And Angie K is the 5th housewife to transition from friend to housewife.
So we've got Brandi Glanville. We've
Yes.
got Sutton Strack. We've got Marlo Hampton. And we've got
Eva Marcel.
Eva Marcel, yes.
Yes. So that's like good company to have.
Some of them.
I would say it's good company. I mean, in terms of like them, love them or hate them, like icons, I would say the 4. So Angie K amongst them. And now we got another gal who, do you know her name?
Monica.
Okay. So more leaks were transpiring throughout the day.
Sure.
We got someone videotaping like the screen of the photographer who like in a photo shoot.
Yes.
Right?
Like you talking about this videotaping. Are you like 80?
Isn't he video?
Like filming? Recording?
on the
Videotaping on the VHS?
on a film. So we got the core 4 plus Angie K all like sorority squatting, like kissy facing, but like Monica nowhere to be found. That's like one interesting part of it is like, is Monica full-time? Is Monica a friend?
Well, okay. So she's full-time.
Yes.
The way that it transpired, it could be that she was originally intended to be a friend and they upped her or something like that.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
Or scheduling and she was unavailable for this photo shoot.
Yes.
So she was planning on being photographed separately anyways.
2 very good, reasonable possibilities.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I want to point out with her not being in that in a world where Monica was not part of the main cast, Lisa Barlow was center. And that's something to think about.
You're so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, like, the bar for me is low. So like, I'm not really expecting my life change. And I kind of think like that's when life surprises you the most.
Exactly.
Like you can be pleasantly surprised.
I think OC might be
An example
of that.
Yeah. We were expecting a little bit, I think.
No, but I mean, like, we came off of what was called a bad season. No,
we
loved
liked it. Yeah, we liked it.
And we are now at our highest highs, soaring.
Yeah, I mean, this is like we're going to get to it. Obviously,
we might be like almost flying too close to the sun.
This is kind of like Megan King Edmonds calling Hope. What was it called?
Calling Hope. No.
Center for
like
Hope?
Diagnostics. I forget.
Yeah, I know. We're struggling.
Like my
right
sisters were born there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They were born
No, literally.
at the cancer center.
Oh no, but they were born at the hospital that's associated with.
Yeah.
City of Hope.
City of Hope. Oh my God, calling City of Hope. We're almost calling City of Hope right now.
Wow.
So, babe, like you never know. And then, I think another thing of you never know is weren't the reports for RHONY? It was like keep your expectations reasonable, and I think I did that, and now I'm like having the best time of my life.
Yeah.
You know. So keep the bar low.
Keep the bar low, and then go get something from Wendy's.
Hey, baby, gorgeous. Okay, that's news item number 1. Let's continue on with news item number 2.
Okay.
Which would be Katy Perry's at it again. And you may be asking, why are we talking about this? Shouldn't this be in the pre-show? Like, this doesn't belong here, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. This is wild. New York Post reports, Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom are trying to take my home from me, comma, dying veteran, comma, 83, comma, says.
Wait, and before we go into the rest of it, like this, I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. Remember when Katy Perry
took her home from nuns?
Took her home from nuns and one died.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, she died.
No, but I mean, like, she allegedly tried to take the home from them or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were in litigation over, like, the nun was making a statement in the home, in the court.
So when this first hit the World Wide Web, this story, everyone was like,
hip-hop bass.
She's doing it again?
She's doing it again, hip-hop bass. And guest to the show, Pet Shop Boy, quote tweeted saying, "Is this Cameron Westcott?" Because it's a photo of Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom being gorgeous. And then the next photo is this elderly man laying on a bed.
A hospital bed
surrounded by loved ones, 2 children, a woman holding his hand, and that woman just happened to be Cameron Westcott.
Yeah, she's holding his hand now. She used to hold a animated star.
She's holding an animated star. Okay. So this is what New York Post reports. Looks like Katy Perry is in hot water again over real estate. Several years after she sparred with 2 nuns over an 8-acre Los Feliz, California spread.
Los Feliz.
we love my my versions of words, right? The Dark Horse singer and her fiance, Orlando Bloom. Oh, fiance, not married.
I think we knew that.
Okay.
Did you ever see the photos of them on that board?
Oh,
look
tits out, dick out. Okay. Have been involved in a 3-year legal suit over the Montecito, California mansion they purchased back in 2021. Well, that's not mathing. For $14.2 million. Located at 1569 East Valley Road, the Daily Mail revealed that 83-year-old Carole Westcott had moved into the home just 2 months before Perry and Bloom bought the 8.9-acre estate. According to court documents obtained by the Post, Westcott claims that a July 14, 2020 contract of sale of his home was done while he lacked the mental capacity to understand the nature and probable consequences of the contract. Westcott, who served in the U.S. Army as a 101st Airborne Service member, had purchased that home That May 29th with the intent to live there for the rest of his life, court documents state. I mean, it's strange to like buy a home May 29th and then sell it July 14th.
Yeah.
He claimed that due to his age, poor health from Huntington's disease, a deadly brain disorder, and a major 6-hour surgery less than a week before the proposed contract, it had seriously impaired his mental faculties to the point he was of unsound mind and not competent to give his free, voluntary, or intelligent consent to the contract. A week after the contract was signed, Westcott said he started to feel mentally clear again after the opiates from his surgery wore off and sent a letter to the real estate agency representing the property. He sent an email saying in its capacity as dual agent for seller and buyer that he did not want to sell his home. So they've been battling this out and just like, what are the odds
that Cameron Westcott's involved?
Cameron Westcott is involved.
I like don't understand the details of this story, but we don't really need to get into that because that's not the really important part.
I'll put the hat on. Would you not understand?
So he bought this place in May.
Yeah.
What was he doing? How did it get to be on the market again?
So what I'm guessing is like he has this, like, it's, how did they describe it? A deadly brain disorder. So like his argument is I was like not in the right mental capacity. Like maybe a real estate agent like approached me
advantage
about like, let's sell this house, blah, blah, blah. He did. Katy and Orlando put in the offer. And like, I'm sure Katy and Orlando had no interaction with this. It's not like they found this man. Like there's an intermediary involved in this.
Yeah.
So like Katy and Orlando don't know what's going on.
Right. It's just like, it's a fun, not fun. It's like it's like a convenient headline given what she's gone through before.
Yeah. And then relevant to us for
because
obvious reasons.
Cameron Westcott's involved. A name I haven't heard in years.
Yeah. So the funny part about the article on New York Post, which like talks about the Housewives all the time, in page 6, of course, is Cameron Westcott's name is not mentioned in the article whatsoever, except for the photo that they use, where the caption just says, Carole Westcott surrounded by family as he battles Huntington's disease. And then they have to put the source of where the photo is from. And it says Facebook-Cameron Westcott. Like, there's no... The fact that they didn't put that spin on this is kind of crazy to me.
I know, but they'll probably put it
now,
like next week.
Yeah. I wonder like if the person who was just writing this, like the Katy cat who was at the helm, just like didn't know who this person
isn't on like the beat.
Yeah,
it's not like Evan Reel or whoever like does the page 6 like Housewives beat.
Yeah. Wow. That's it.
Wow.
Okay. What else is going on, Brendan?
Let's go over to Billie Lee.
Let's go. Okay, so there's actually been a lot of Vanderpump Rules filming, casting news. We haven't covered it week to week because it hasn't really been like super interesting.
Yeah, but this casting was notable enough that I feel like we need to
touch down on it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, well, page 6 got this part right. So let's talk
who's
about
the byline?
Evan Reel. Okay, so Billie Lee back to filming Vanderpump Rules as Tom Sandoval's ally. So Evan writes, Billie Lee has returned to Vanderpump Rules for season 11. Page 6 can confirm. An insider exclusively tells us that the comedian who made history as the Bravo reality series' first transgender star in season 6 came back as an on-camera ally for Tom Sandoval in the wake of his earth-shattering cheating scandal. The source says Billie came back to support Tom as he was experiencing some mental health challenges when cameras went back up for season 11. Let's see what else. So the article goes on. There's stuff about, it seems like Billie introduced Tom to a woman he may be dating now.
Interesting.
And that it seems like Billie's contract is still kind of sort of being negotiated in terms of like the filming that will continue through September when cameras go down.
It's so interesting. They like get into filming and then they negotiate. I feel like this is like very typical of Brav. As somebody who went to Watch What Happens Live as Billie Lee's guest
Back
in the day.
You've been like the guest of many an interesting person.
Yeah. This was more, I only interacted with her like minimally. She was on as like guest bartender when it was like Tom and Tom.
Oh, interesting.
But I just think this is interesting, and I just hope it goes better than her first run. It's interesting that they call her a comedian. I didn't know she did comedy.
You sound like, oh my God. It's like Adrienne Maloof saying that she didn't know Kathy Hilton did magic.
No, Kathy Hilton didn't know Adrienne Maloof did magic.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I just assumed like Kathy would be a magician.
No, and that's not meant as like shade or mean. It's just like I thought I would have like seen something. No, it'll be interesting. It's also interesting with the Ariana of it all because Billie was like rumored to be dating Ariana's brother at that one point when she was on the show.
I mean, Billie also, I think in the statements that she's given since the scandal broke, has been like, I'm friends with both of them.
I want to play both sides.
I'm trying to support both of. I'm trying to support both of them. I think even something to the effect of like, oh, when Ariana went out of town, she texted Ariana saying like, I'm going to go to the house and like see Tom. Like, I want you to know or something. I think Ariana even gave some interview since the scandal broke. Like someone asked like, oh, there's these rumors like Tom is hooked up with Billie as well. And then Ariana was like, I know this sounds crazy, me saying this like after Raquel, because I would not have expected Raquel to do this, but like, I really don't think Billie would do that.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Billie was in this photo that I saw, but there was a photo that came out from filming where Sandoval and Ariana were in the same photo.
Oh, yeah.
A big group photo.
Yeah. I mean, there was like a lot of like buzz online of like Sandoval being in all these like photos with other cast members. And then there was one with Ariana in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Dana was in that photo as well.
Yes, Dana was. Justice for Dana.
I think justice will be served.
And it's like if you follow, especially like the witches and like others on, especially like Katy, like Katy's best friends with Dana.
Yeah.
So like for Dana to not be on the show would be a disservice to us, the audience.
A few more quick bites. Christina Kelly.
Back in the picture. Oh my God.
Thank God. To quote Ramona Singer. And then also, we have not reported on this, but like the other show is in full production right now.
But they're also doing crossovers.
Yeah, they're doing crossovers, but it does seem like they fleshed out the cast of the other show a bit more. Like it's not just Kristen, Jackson, Brittany.
Yeah.
Which is what it sounded like for the longest time.
There's others involved.
But like not people from Vanderpump Rules, like people from like The Bachelor or something, or like other like reality shows that like have young children in the Valley.
Oh my God, Kristen interacting with young children.
And then not going to Stassi Sprinkle this past week or so.
So we're not calling them showers anymore. The second one's a sprinkle?
Yeah, because like you don't need to be showered for the second one because you have most of this shit already.
But most people shower daily.
So you're saying we got to shower every single baby, right?
Should we move on to kind of like this really interesting story that came out? So Carole Radziwill is now saying that a few months ago she ran into the one and only Michael Cohen, aka Trump's attorney, out at dinner.
Yeah.
He sat and talked to her, and apparently he's in the know about everything
Chatty
and everything RHONY. So out of this meeting, it came known that it was Michael Cohen who took the photo of Tom D'Agostino making out with a woman at the Regency. The one that became Don't say it's about Tom. Don't let it be about Tom.
Yeah.
Could you believe?
I could believe, actually.
And it makes sense because obviously this was all orchestrated by Bethany. And at the time, she was with Dennis. Dennis was living in Trump Tower. They were friendly with Michael Cohen.
Yep.
It's all related.
It's all coming together. Yeah. Why is Carole like back in the world right now?
She's just like popping around doing podcasts.
She just wants to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She wanted some like orange juice.
Wow. I mean, that definitely did shake the Bravo community today, I would say.
It's just like also very interesting when it comes to New York and what's important in New York. And like, you would think that like these people wouldn't mix given their politics and yada, yada, yada. But baby, you know what's important? Power.
You
Power and
say
access.
Access to power.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we access some power over Atlanta? And that would be the power that is
Cynthia Bailey.
Cynthia Bailey.
I mean,
I gotta say, I woke up.
I fucking woke the fuck up for the first time all season.
It was very Ramona Singer. Thank God.
Like, it was Rain on Me vibes, walking in a blaze.
You know, normally like after a vacation with the girls, I'm like, oh, I want to be on vacation.
No, I want to be at Blaze.
I was happy to be home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like for her to be back, and they gave her like due, you know?
Oh, she sauntered in.
It wasn't a Lisa Wu walking in here in
No.
a group scene. It was she's sauntering in. We're getting her feet. We're getting a pan up. We're
Legs,
getting
hips, body.
confessionals. I'm back, bitches. We're getting
confessional.
flashbacks. We're getting praise. We're getting Candy talking about how much she loves Cynthia.
We're checking in also because like we're now in a post-chill moment.
Yeah, we're getting the headlines from him cheating allegedly.
Her relevancy here plays into the quote unquote current storyline, which is like Drew and LaToya kissing.
Yeah.
Which happened at Bolo, which was Cynthia's bachelorette party.
Yes, to the man she's no longer with.
Which is just, time comes at you for real fast.
God, and Dan hated her that season.
Yeah.
I will say, between Cynthia, Tamra, Vicky, just like these women who, when they left us, we were like, that's okay.
Yeah.
We took a break and they came back. And I'm sorry, they're giving what they need to be giving.
Yeah. It actually kind of just goes to show like, we just need pauses.
The only person who I don't believe will learn from the pause and who will come back horribly is Dorinda, who the pause was invented for.
It's like she graced all these other women with the invention of the pause, but will not benefit from the pause.
It's going to be horrible. But Cynthia, it's like my heart has only grown fonder with her because she's chosen to take her pause and do like a lot of important things with it. Like Celebrity Big Brother, when she did not know how to play the game. And I loved her. And she made it so far not knowing how to play. And then, doing the OC recaps on 2 T's in a Pod.
But also, if you recall, her Ultimate Girls Trip aired after we already learned she was fired.
Yes.
And then we were like, oh, wait, she's doing great on this. Remember?
Yeah, but she actually, like, her Ultimate Girls Trip was mixed.
See, I liked it because it was, like, such a different side of Cynthia.
Sure.
It was not the, like, happy-go-lucky, like, I'm friends with everybody. It was, like, a little grumpy.
Well, that's part of, like, the situation here is because, like, Cynthia came on Ultimate Girls Trip thinking that she was going to protect Kenya and like she was gonna help make Kenya likable, but then Kenya zooms past her.
Yeah. And then for us to be saying on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya and I got better after we sat down and talked at Teresa Giudice's wedding.
Perfect.
The fact that we're invoking Teresa's wedding on Atlanta.
It's like, I almost expected Cynthia to sit down at Blaze and say something along the lines of like, I've been hanging out with the Beverly Hills girls. Like, I expected something like
acknowledgement.
that.
Yeah, I guess maybe she didn't know like how it would shake out at this point.
I think this is probably before the bulk of her filming with the Beverly Hills girls. And I still have a thing in my brain that she's going to be on more Beverly Hills than she is in Atlanta this year.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is she on any more Atlanta?
I don't know. She was supposed to be on more before. We're getting this is also the other thing about production. We're getting a late intro to Cynthia because she was supposed to be a part of like Kenya's commercial. She filmed at the Kenya Moore hair studio or whatever. Like she was supposed to be a part of all these things.
Oh.
You look confused, but you're not reading the blogs.
No, I'm confused.
Yeah.
So like the way I read it was like, okay, Portugal happened probably around Thanksgiving. And now we're filming Christmas time. Production was probably like, fuck. We got to do something.
But Cynthia had already been filming.
Oh.
But they decided, I think like this was them being like, we need to turn it up.
Turn up the volume.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the fact that it's Cynthia, but it's like, it makes sense because Cynthia is such like a symbol of the golden age.
Yeah.
She's not the one you would think of necessarily, but she was the stable force back then.
Just like a warm blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no hope. Like, I mean, I think my hope is like, I'm having so much fun with RHONY 2.0. Like,
Yeah.
I could only imagine like how much fun I could have with like a RHOA 2.0.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
I think we're just like, we're mired in too much nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Kenya and Brooklyn are hanging out with a baby.
Cool.
Drew and Ralph, like you could cut the tension.
It's
with a knife.
It's bad.
Something shifted.
It's bad, and we need to say it's bad.
We need to say it's bad.
Yeah, what happened to the Ralph of I want to make you brunch before you go to Portugal?
Well, we're now like a month later, I want to say.
Yeah.
And things are looking bleak. Sheree and Candy getting their little get together. And Candy, like, I thought in the teases seemed like she was angry with Sheree, but she was actually angry with Drew.
Yeah.
And because it's Drew saying that Candy is producing. Meanwhile, like Candy, when you really think about it, is barely here. She didn't go on the first trip and then only was on the second trip for 2 nights, one of which was in the hospital with Kenya.
Yeah. And I mean, I will say Candy does feel alive during the Cynthia scenes, but in other scenes, not as much. And it's interesting the Drew saying that she's producing thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think what Drew means is on Atlanta, but it can be implied that it's for the film.
Oh.
It has a double meaning, I think.
Oh, double entendre. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. We have Candy's Peach Fuzz event for Bedroom Candy, the 10th anniversary.
It's like the fact that it took her 10 years to think of this product.
We're always R&D.
I know, but
Research
like
and development.
to have a peach sex toy
Yeah.
this late in the game.
Should have come along sooner.
Yeah.
But I guess just goes to show like it's never too late to invent. Right?
Yeah, that's what Thomas Edison said.
Wait, is it? No, it's Einstein. Those pictures of like Einstein like sassily sitting on a rock. I gotta say, like the image of my summer. Like that image is like represents summer 2020.
Like gay people will make anything a thing. It really goes to show. I will say, give gay people a social media app and they'll turn any photo into something gay.
Okay. T.S. Madison lighting up the room.
It's like, let her be center peach in the new RHOA.
Yeah. So it's like not a complete reboot because you've been on the show for a split second.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, that was the glimpse.
Could you imagine?
That would be.
I mean, the star of Renaissance
Star
holding
Renaissance,
a peach.
Star of Renaissance, star of Drag Race,
Yeah.
a star judge. What if Michelle Visage shows up as friend of? No, she's a LA girl.
No, it needs to be the hilarious Ross Matthews.
Hilarious. Oh my God. And just like that. RHOA. Wow. Okay. I just like the sloppiness of this Drew LaToya kiss storyline. I actually cannot follow it.
And like LaToya showing up, I'm like, and then they're like buddy in that room, and then like what? Like Marlo's coming in. I just like don't get any of it.
Yeah. And then they're showing like a clip of the after show where LaToya's like, what? No. But the way that she's acting is like, is acting coy, not acting like definitively like, no, that did not happen. And then I think Candy or like someone who watches Candy stuff posted like a speak on it Candy LaToya episode where LaToya's like, yeah, I did hook up with her. But like, who cares? Like, this is the woman who's in a marriage who's about to get divorced. Like, that's more interesting to me. Like, not the fact that she made out with someone 3 seasons ago.
I know. And it's like, if this was already brought up in the that reunion, then like, why are we relitigating it over and over?
Yeah.
Using like found footage from like Marlo's phone. Like, why aren't cameras up in those situations either?
And then we're talking about like, this is a safe space and we could actually like have fun with cameras down. Like, shut up. Okay. I gotta give Marlo a little credit when they were like calling Marlo to the conversation and she wanted to bring a friend. And then she's like, I want to bring Sheree. She's the strongest. There's like glimpses of fun to be had, but like, just like the arc. The arc is not fun.
It's like we're gone too far. The casting is so off the past several seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. Shall we know what to do over in RHONY 2.0?
Sure, yes.
I gotta say, this was a fantastic episode.
We finally got the shakshuka.
We wake up. It's actually, I sort of rewatched it today. Like I did the fast forward just to like refresh the brain a little bit. It's almost crazy that we're still in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Because like I've like moved on a little bit, especially now that I'm in Tribeca, that's up and coming.
Yeah, but we're moving on. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're waking up. We're making shakshuka. Sai's like, to me, Sai's the one that's like the weakest for me right now.
She's prodding too much in a way that's like not fun.
Like, it doesn't feel like a natural ribbing.
Yeah.
A natural ribbing. Like, she's like, oh, like, you didn't start making breakfast. And then the commercial's like, she should have started making breakfast an hour ago. Like, and then she doesn't like the shakshuka.
It's like, what's not to like about this meal? It's eggs, it's tomatoes, it's chickpeas. Like, hello.
I actually don't know that chickpea is like in everyone's shakshuka. You're just familiar with mine.
Okay, so then that makes it easier. What's better than eggs and tomato?
Yeah. I think a lot of people do red pepper instead of. Yeah. And then obviously, I think it's.
Oh, I like red peppers.
Yeah. Paired with bread, of course. And everyone loves bread. Hello.
And then
I love bread.
Sai was like trying to rib her for, I guess she put like in some RHO's tomato sauce. What is that place? RHO's?
RHO's,
yeah.
Famously just sold to Campbell's for like billions.
Which like everyone's like crying because that means it's going to get cheap ingredients or whatever.
But it's like, make your own sauce.
Yeah.
Bunch. Yeah, I mean, I don't use a jarred sauce in my shakshuka, but...
well, because you're Italian.
Yeah.
The ancestors would kill.
The ancestors would kill.
Like Gina says.
Yeah.
I just rewatched that episode because my mom is now into Housewives.
Oh, like, it's funny, like, here you are, almost 8 years into a podcast, and now your mom's getting into Housewives.
It's funny because I made her watch RHONY on Sunday night because I was like, I have to be watching these shows as they go on. Otherwise, I can't watch everything when you leave.
Yeah.
And so we watched it and she liked it. She liked looking at the outfits. She liked the houses, all that kind of stuff. So she requested to watch the other RHONY episodes. So the next night we watched the other ones.
Yeah.
And the next night she was like, what other housewives
Yeah,
are?
she was jonesing for it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, OC's on, and you used to live in OC. So then she got into that.
Yeah.
She said they're not as sophisticated as the New York women.
She liked the style
Yes.
more around New York. Yeah, no, my mom's like a purely like tri-state housewives interest. Because like, she's a tri-state girl.
Yeah, my mom liked the drama of OC, though.
Okay. So we're seeing Ubahat for the first time in the Hamptons as she's like letting the girls taste it.
Oprah's favorite thing the year it came out.
So I did like my cursory research, which like it appears you can only order it online. I was hoping like somewhere in New York you go pick it up, you know, like one brick and mortar, right? Doesn't seem to be the case. But like that shocked me because like remember Jules Weinstein's little drink. Like
You could get it at Whole Foods.
You get at Whole Foods.
You could even get a bottle of Tipsy Girl at the one West Village liquor store.
Uba, give me one brick and mortar.
You can go back to 2016 to hear me and Dan's review of both Tipsy Girl and Jules' drink.
Yeah, oh my God. Wait, 20, did
we started in 2016.
We started in 2016. Wow. We did?
Yeah, April 2016.
Oh, yeah, because we're coming up on year 8 in 2024.
Yeah, because remember, we went through Trump's election together.
Yes.
On this podcast. We talked about
6 months into doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. In Hamptons, we also like plant the seeds with Bryn. So like I was down on Bryn last week because I thought she was like put on a show, and then like we peel the onion a little bit and we're seeing the layers.
Yes.
So like the stuff about like, I have no family. I have 3 ex-fiancés. I spend holidays with one of the ex-fiancés.
We get the story about how her grandma raised her, and her grandma was white and didn't really know what to do with her hair. So she started bringing them to black beauty salons.
Because she had like one coworker who was black, I think.
Yeah.
Who like introduced her to that.
Yeah. And then that's like where Bryn started learning about that part of her identity and all of that.
Yeah. No, this was a great episode in terms of maybe what Jill and Bethany wanted from episode 1, which was getting to know the girls on an individual level.
Yeah. I think the title of the episode was something like Brinteresting.
The most interesting girl
in the world. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
in the
room.
world.
Yeah,
I don't know. So we got that. We got Erin at work talking Spanish.
Yeah.
Doing the reno. We got Uba, and like I couldn't like make heads or tails of who this woman was. Like she met her at a charity event.
Can I say both Uba and Jen from OC had like similar looking women, like as their like counseling moment of the week.
So no, but like this woman to me read to me like a psychic came in.
Yeah.
Like, didn't you have like psychic energy?
Yeah, but they both looked similar to the point where I was like, are we just like going to central casting and is this the same woman in both spaces?
Yeah, she's the same one. But we learned about like Uba losing her mom 10 years ago and not really having like family here in the States and not wanting to take money from investors because like her culture would like friends and family would raise money for people who needed to like start a business or something.
Right.
Yeah. But get that investor money. We need to see the Uba Hot in stores.
Yeah. And I mean, like, every investor is a friend.
Is that how it works?
Well, I mean, if you need to talk yourself into that.
Oh, no, but Uba Hot would do so well in, and I know like some people listening to this know the concept of this. I don't know if you've heard it, like Shoppy Shop. Do you know what that is? It's like those stores that like, it's like sell home goods, but everything is just like so cute and like for the home.
Yeah, like World Market.
It's like chicer. It's like a chicer, individualized World Market.
Okay.
Smaller scale.
So we're not talking about like how Bethany's products end up at the line at like TJ Maxx.
No. We're not talking about that.
I have bought Bethany chocolates in that line. I think I brought them to your house.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Sai's husband, who I think we talked about this last week, but I think bears repeating. I think Evan taught us this, maybe.
Evan teaches.
Or did you teach us this?
I don't know.
That this man was like the greatest mystery to the world. Emojis on his face.
Oh, I taught you this.
Oh, you taught us this. Okay. And like here he is just like living his life on RHONY.
And being the voice of reason.
Being like a good man.
He started his sentence with "as a man."
As a man.
And I got scared. Who else was scared?
How many people were scared? To quote Tyra.
But then he was like, fucking give Jessel a break. Like she has 2 twins, like
went through IVF,
like C-section.
Yeah.
There are good men.
There's a few good
allegedly.
men. A few good men. A good movie? No, I don't. I've never seen that movie.
Is that when it's like you can't handle the
Yeah,
truth?
you can handle the truth.
Oh my God, Kelly Ben Simone going Al Sharpton.
Okay. So that's where we come up with the idea for Bryn's Giving on a FaceTime with Bryn, reporting from her home.
Yeah.
Which we talk about in the Patreon bonus episode.
I have an idea for this year.
Oh.
Bryn's Giving.
Bryn's Giving. Are you hosting?
No.
Oh.
You would host, of course. You're Saya, I'm Bryn.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess so. Huh?
Yeah. Makes you think.
Friends, it makes you sick. Okay. So we got Erin going over to Jenna's. No, we got Jenna going over to Erin's, which I didn't love the touch, even though like I could picture a world where this is produced of like those like slappy sticky hands on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I love those slappy sticky hands as a kid.
I liked those too, but then it would get like
Hairy.
like really quick. It would get Harry Dubin so quick.
It got so hairy. I hope they came up with a cure for that.
No, I mean they're still getting stuck on ceilings.
I know, but like hopefully hairless.
Oh,
Yeah.
you like it hairless?
No, I just don't want that hairy hand on me. Okay. So Jenna calls out Jessel for saying cackling hags, where in the flashback, the word hag is not said. And then
Jenna says cackling.
And Jenna's the one who says cackling.
Yeah. But I thought Jessel said cackling hags in another instance, maybe off camera.
Oh, okay. Maybe I wasn't like doing a close enough read on the scene.
Yeah, I was really focused on that tit cup,
The tit cup.
the creamer thing.
Erin was so excited to show it off to Jenna.
And the fact that Jenna was able to read that it was a creamer, like a what do you call that? Like a creamer boat?
Yeah, a creamer boat. Yeah, a creamer vessel.
Oh, at Bryn's Giving, we can get that and we can serve gravy out of it.
Out of the tit.
Yeah. So many plans.
Bryn's Giving.
It's giving Chanel Oween from.
Yeah, it is. It's all about you. Okay, let's go over to Bryn's Giving. Mm-hmm. No shoes.
I'm not wearing shoes right now.
Maybe the first time in your life in this home not wearing shoes.
The past couple weeks, I was wearing sandals and I kind of took them off while we were recording.
Oh, I didn't know this side. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, slink them off. No, I mean I love like if I go to a home that's like a no shoe home, I'm like happy to take them off.
Yeah, I will say, so I think this is a great debate, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially among New Yorkers. I will say, obviously respect people's homes if they don't want shoes on. I do think for like an event or like a party, you give like a little indicator, which I think maybe Sai did. You just like say,
she said the text. Yeah,
You just say like, just FYI, we don't wear shoes in the house. Like, come prepared.
Yeah. So I wonder with her, and it's like I have to deal with the same thing. She lives in a house that's connected on both sides, right?
Yeah.
So if you're having an outdoor event, like that's where we throw caution to the window, where it's like it can't be a no shoe because like you got to go outside.
Yeah.
Where you're gonna like take off the shoe, carry it with you.
Yeah.
Go outside. So like that's that. But like, yeah, I wonder what she's doing with air.
I don't remember. Wait, first episode, they went outside.
Yeah. They obviously had shoes on outside.
Did they? Because I remember them taking the shoes off at the door.
Okay.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more I would be like more concerned if I had like a child crawling around on the floor.
Yeah. I mean, we've been having this conversation as New Yorkers since that Sex and the City episode where our shoes get stolen.
Oh yeah.
I will say, if you're having a party and like you're doing all the planning for a party, I think one thing that you can plan on is maybe planning on mopping the floors after. So like maybe allow shoes unless your floors are like going to get scuffed up in like a way that's like beyond repair.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
A lot of considerations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chime in. What do you think?
Sound off in the comments below.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably more of a thing women might care about. Because like the shoe is part of the look,
Yeah.
you know, like the heel.
I mean, a shoe can be a part of a man's look or a non-binary person's look as well.
Sure. Okay. Let's do Jessel greeting Aaron on the heel of Aaron's grandmother's memorial.
Oh.
Jess Legend jumped out.
I hope it went well.
I hope today went well, though.
It's sick. It's the funny thing about like RHONY, even old RHONY, I feel like we've got so many instances where we're in the aftermath of a death.
Oh, yeah.
And like the women just don't know how to deal.
Yeah. Very like some people are like, oh, I miss the old RHONY. It's like no, you actually got it. If you
This
look
happened.
if you look in the right places, like you got it right here in front of us.
Go to season 5, episode 2. This happened.
Oh my god, you know the episode?
Maybe it was episode 1
Okay.
with Heather and Ramona and Sonia in the Hamptons.
Okay. Oh yeah, season 5, episode 1. Yes.
Yes. We just covered that on Patreon.
God.
I
Yes,
think.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh my. Well, thank you for the promo. I hated the tablescape.
Yeah, I wasn't in love.
I felt like we were like eating in the jungle. Like why?
What's wrong with that? Survivor promo.
Why is the table like overgrown with foliage?
Because it's Bryn's giving.
It's giving.
Wait, I loved Bryn's little gag where she would greet everyone and show her back.
The gag of the season.
I need a backless thing for Bryn's giving.
No, you don't. Please. Okay. So, in honor of Bryn's giving, we have to grill Bryn
Alive.
grill Bryn more on her family stuff. And she's like, I really don't want to talk about it. But like, we get it out of her, and it sounds really bad.
Yeah. So she's got older siblings, and it sounds like she'd be left for like days without like being changed and like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Awful.
The sibling age range sounds like when 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right? Grandmother ends up having custody of her.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like present day, she doesn't even have a relationship with the siblings.
Sad.
Yeah, it's tough. And that was like a to be continued situation.
Yeah, to be continued with a trailer for next week, which is interesting.
Which I actually applaud. I'm so annoyed when they do a to be continued without the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like every episode's to be continued.
Exactly.
So just give me, like, if you don't want to spoil the continuation of this, just show me something else.
Exactly.
Which is what they do.
Yeah. Should we go crap in a lake?
Let's go crap. Okay. We're obviously living in the motel.
Mm-hmm.
We have to, one of the mayor's tasks is we have to promote tourism. And what better way to promote tourism to this town than to install a hot tub at the hotel, the motel?
Good.
I mean, like, don't you think, like, before people were like, oh, do I want to go to Benton, Illinois? Mm-hmm. No.
There's a hot tub.
There's a hot tub at the motel.
I'm going.
I
will say, I did see a TikTok yesterday of people driving through Benton, and they went to all the sites.
So they promoted them.
They went to the motel. They went to the town hall. They went to wherever they do the talent show stuff.
Oh, speaking of the talent show, we got a lot of that this week. Lou wrote a song that she wants to perform with Sonia, and they're like working with Courtney Cox. Not the Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox Arquette came to town.
The other Courtney. Although the preview did have the preview for Paula Abdul, which is exciting for next week. But so Courtney Cox is helping like piano create. That's not the word. Trying to like create a song on the piano.
Yeah.
Orchestrate.
Yeah.
Orchestrate. And
because Ben Rimaflower is not here, or whatever.
Rimmelauer. Rimmelauer. And I loved Sonja's description of their two different styles. So she says, Luann's more show town, meaning
Show tune.
and I'm more Billie Lee.
Wait, I want Sonja in the outfit that Darian Lake wore down the runway on Drag Race All Stars 8.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Lou's brother, who we know from
Before they were
Housewives.
housewives.
Makes his grand return
Good.
to help.
This is the dad of who we met back in early RHONY.
Oh
Nadeau.
my god! Shut
Yeah.
up.
Who dated Adam.
I never put that together.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have she has multiple siblings? Are you sure that's Nicole Nadeau's father?
I'm
Okay.
pretty
You're
sure.
pretty sure.
And if not, I mean, they know each other.
they're like relatives.
Oh, speaking of which, Adam just had a baby.
Oh, congrats, Adam.
Yeah, congrats, Adam. I saw Carole in the comments saying beautiful family.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so it's great to see Lou's brother. And yeah, I mean, we're just like getting ready for the Follies performance. And Lou is like very, we have one rehearsal day. And Lou's trying to like make sure everything goes right. And Sonja's just like,
Just like eating her meal.
I don't rehearse. Like maybe 30 minutes before the show, I don't rehearse, which we know.
Speaking of which,
Having been at Sonja in the City,
I'm returning.
the grand return to the city.
Going to City Winery August 30th.
And
if you
just
want
like that.
I'm doing a come through Queen meet and greet at my table. If you're there.
Wait, you have a table? Oh, yes. Wait,
I-
City Winery, yeah.
I
you're
assume
right.
I'm going to be sitting on a
Sorry,
table.
I was thinking of when we went and it was under the Grassides at old UCB.
Oh, yeah. No, this is at City Winery. I'm going to City Winery twice this month.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's it for Crappie, Orange County.
I think it's going to go down in history, this episode, in a way.
So I think Orange County like kind of suffers from like not having iconic episodes.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Sound off in the comments below.
80s Bunko Party, Ireland, multiple episodes.
Ireland is it.
You'll all see the truth. Are you going to Bass Lake? Like,
Those are
Assist
moments.
and Deceased?
Those are moments, not
Those
episodes.
are episodes. Come on. I mean, it's what makes an iconic episode aside from like Dinner Party from Hell, which we recently revisited, maybe not as iconic as you remember. That's moments. That's only moments.
So I think this is similar to Dinner Party from Hell. Most of the episode is actually at this event.
Sure.
So like that's like a hint that this is like an important episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still hung up on you saying OC doesn't have iconic episodes, but we'll fight offline.
Sure. We'll fight offline. Okay. This is like not much of anything, but Gina and Heather at the pumpkin patch. I kind of like Heather in like a beachy wave.
Beachy wave in this like Katya jumpsuit moment.
I think the bone straight Bob is like a little too severe for Heather.
Wow. Commenting on women's looks, are we?
No, but I'm saying I'm loving the beachy wave.
Okay. Gina doing Eileen Davidson cosplay.
Doing Eileen
She
Davidson.
got like the dress up thing early. She was like, what other housewife can I emulate?
I'm going to give you a 2-for-1 this episode. Yeah. So we got that. I mean, Tamara and Jen co-chairing this event. Who are we at Jen's house?
Yeah.
That's actually like an honor for her to be hosting one of the most iconic episodes at her home.
Yeah, and I still don't know heads or tails of what this house,
Yeah.
like what the layout is of this house.
I know we know like the nooks and crannies of the RHONY women's house. Like all I know is like we're outside.
Yeah,
here.
and then
in
all of a sudden
foyer.
we're outside near the garage later.
And we're in a foyer for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the looks.
All right, who's who?
So Heather was Jen. Well, should we do flop or Not.
Flop or not?
Flop
Okay.
or not.
Sure.
Heather is Jen. Flop.
It was a flop, especially for like someone who like spends so much time and money on nonsense all the time.
It's like she didn't go for the platinum blonde because she didn't want to look bad.
Did she say that, or you're thinking that?
I'm thinking that.
Okay.
I know that in my brain of brains.
okay.
She looked great in that wig.
Yeah, but like
It was an Emily wig.
She's not Jen.
It was an Emily wig to the extent that when we were looking at the photos ahead of time, you thought we had like 2 Emilys on our hand or something.
No, you thought we had two Emily's.
No, I knew that Heather was Jen. Go back to the transcripts. You tried to say something else.
I didn't think Heather was Emily.
Okay.
Yeah.
You thought Taylor was Jen. Let's go to Taylor as Tamra.
Yes, yeah. I thought Taylor was Jen. Yeah, because we're doing essentially 2 workout women.
Yeah, but the thing that Taylor did, Taylor wore like the leg warmers, which Tamra's been known to wear in costume.
And then that's it.
Yeah. Flop.
Yeah. Tamara was like, you could have worn a Cut Fitness hat, a shirt, a this or that. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she could have borrowed a Cut Fitness shirt from you.
of course. She did nothing to she wore Taylor Armstrong hair.
Yeah.
Which give us Tamara hair.
Hello. Okay, Gina as Emily.
Gina as Emily. Toot.
Yeah.
Good job. What is it called? A peasant top?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're called.
It's like a Marianne from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. Very Emily.
And she patted her bus.
Okay.
And the wig was right.
The wig was right.
Okay.
When it's right, it's right.
Emily as Shannon. Toot.
Let me think. It's a toot, but is it my top toot of the
No.
week?
But the leggings were there.
The hair was perfect.
The hair was there.
The jacket, the glasses on the hair,
The leggings.
the leggings.
Good.
Okay, good.
Tamra as Heather.
Actually, bad.
No.
I think it like had the right idea, but then like took a wrong turn.
I think you're wrong.
Oh.
It got the bone straight hair right. I
So
thought,
that was
and
the
the makeup was on point.
So I think neck up, good. I think neck down, like
was
why,
fine.
Why is it like it's almost like Ed Hardy-esque? Like Heather's not Ed Hardy.
Sometimes she can be.
Get out of
Okay, no, I
town.
thought it was good. You're just being a hater.
Okay.
Who else? Well, my favorite, which was Janice Taylor.
Janice Taylor, like in the picture, we didn't like fully get it, but then we got more of an explanation with the cat.
And the deck hat.
The deck hat.
I want that deck merch.
And I did love like us now fully saying on camera, on show, Taylor lives at the deck. Something that you
I've been
taught
saying
me
for decades.
for decades. Like you were like, Dan, go to the deck. You will see Taylor.
Like literally,
I went to the deck and I saw Taylor.
Exactly. Literally, like years before she was even gonna be on Ultimate
Yeah.
Girls Trip,
Nothing.
I had my eyes on her at the deck for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Shannon as Gina.
Okay, top 2 of the week.
Top 2 of the week. And I'm sorry, I wanted to name Gina Freak of the Week this week because Gina's been like fucking crying about it, like leaving paragraph long like Instagram captions
I think-
about like how disrespectful this is. Yet she is fucking smiling with Shannon in photos from the actual night.
Yeah.
Like it's giving loser. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's giving good.
No.
It's giving good because it's like, let's give the girl something to talk about.
Oh my God, you're her fucking biggest offender. You can say she's like out of line here. Like, I get that she's trying to spin it as far as like Shannon's making fun of her like lowest point in life. But no, Shannon's just making fun of a look. And that was the assignment.
Let's give them something to talk about. Vicky is Vicky.
Vicky is Vicky. Top 2 of the week.
I'm done in the week, actually. Victoria Gunville Sin.
Clocked in.
Like, okay.
Okay, let's talk about growth. So let's bring Vicky back to when she was first a friend of. and how miserable she was and how she had a fucking meltdown. Now she's a simple guest and she is like eating the set. She loves being here. She couldn't be happier. She's making people do keg stands. Like, she is living her best life.
She's actually better than she ever was as main cast.
Yeah.
Like, so fancy free.
Just like...
But like, and then like also not like grumpy and not shutting things down.
Yeah.
Like, remember how she would always just like shut things down?
Yeah. A good example is like, she went up to the bar at one point and she wanted a glass of red wine and the bartender like couldn't open the red wine. So what she did is she decided to open it herself. And then she opened it and she's like, who wants red wine?
I mean, so when they were like playing the little like game, like I think like a different version of Vicky like would have stormed out of the party when like Taylor licked Emily's nipple.
Right. But now we have horny Vicky. I've never met a hornier woman in my life.
I love like the in memoriam images of Brooks and that other really bad man.
Yeah. Steve Lodge.
Steve Lodge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 17 things to make Vicky love you.
It was 18 things, but number 17 was the one that you loved.
Oh, 18 things. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So let me go.
Let's go through.
Let's go through. I think it's like, it bears repeating. Really.
We can play agree or disagree.
Okay. Agree or disagree? Okay, Brendan, number one. Oh, this is great for you. Like, you're a single gal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number one. And then also like how you would change that one.
Okay, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Number one. Ages 58 to 63.
I keep it.
Keep it.
Just kidding.
That's your range.
No, I'd go 30 and up. I know. What did Bryn say? Like 30 to the grave or whatever?
30 to like still breathing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you don't have a cap really. If the pulse is there, we're good. Okay. 30 up. Great. Number two, Christian.
Yeah.
Like, if their name's Christian, good. Okay.
No, because the only two people I know named Christian are your brother-in-law and then Zinni.
Okay, yeah, so.
No.
Oh, okay. You'll be my sister-in-law.
No.
Okay. Number three, own home.
I don't need that. I can take a renter.
But, like, you're not going to, like, push them away if they own
No,
something.
of course not. But
Okay.
it's not a must.
Okay, not a must. Number four, independently wealthy. This is what I'm not really understanding, like what she wants here, but what's your take on independently wealthy?
Just a same vibe as me. If we like each have like can pay for our own things.
But I'm to go back to her. Like, if you are 58 to 63, how are you not independently wealthy?
That's classist, Dan.
What do you? No, I'm sorry. What? No. I mean, like, okay, if you are wealthy.
Yeah.
At 58 to 63, how are you not independently wealthy?
Okay.
So, like, what I'm saying is, like, what does independently wealthy mean?
I don't know.
It means, like...
We need Merriam-Webster on the case.
I know. Jackie Goldschneider, get over here. Like, to me, independently wealthy means, like, maybe, like, not family money, but, like, if you're that age...
Like you opened an insurance company and it's successful. Okay, let's not get too bogged down on this definition. We've got like 7 other things to get through.
Okay. Number 5, entrepreneur.
No.
You don't want them to be an entrepreneur.
No, they don't have to.
They don't have to be an entrepreneur. Okay.
I'll take an actor.
Number 6. I don't think you need to be with an actor. Number 6. This is an interesting one. Forward thinker.
I want a backwards thinker.
You want back? Take us back.
But like Vicky wants a forward thinker. I don't think so.
Do you want a thinker, Vicky? Okay, number 7. Have passport.
I don't have one.
Maybe you should get one.
Yeah, maybe I should. I should.
Yeah, I think it's time. It's time. Number 8. Love Mexico.
I've never been.
But do you love it?
I love it.
Okay. Do you want them to love it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Number 9. Love to travel.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 10. Be divorced.
Yes.
You want
Ideally, yeah.
You want to be like the second rodeo.
Yes.
Okay. 11. Have children.
Ooh, yeah, like 10 of them.
10 children. Yeah. You want to be a stepfather.
No, I don't want to be a stepdad, actually.
Okay.
No offense.
No offense. Okay. 12. Country Western Boy.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a big one.
That's
for
actually
him.
top of the list.
That's top of the list for him.
Yeah.
13, love country music.
Actually, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think so for you. 14, compassionate.
No.
Okay. You don't want someone
I
compassionate.
just want like a limp fish.
A limp fish. Okay. 15, adore Vicky.
Yes.
So it's not adore Brendan. They need to adore Vicky.
Yeah.
And I think that's a yes.
Even though I don't, but yeah, they should.
No, they should. 16, they need to make Vicky laugh. Yeah.
That's the
I
test.
think so.
I'm bringing in BravoCon and throwing them in front of Vicky.
like Vicky. Yes, no? Okay. Number 17, find Vicky funny. I think that after Country Western Boy might be number 2. In most
Yeah,
ones.
because like even though I don't adore Vicky, I do find her funny.
Yeah. You have to be able to laugh at her.
Yeah.
Or with her.
Not with her.
We're not with her. Okay. 18, have fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. That's like, yeah, number 18 is appropriate for that one.
And bonus, boat.
Yes. I do like boat.
Okay. Oh my God, you were having the time of your life.
I was on boat a lot this weekend.
You were on boat. A boat nearly out of gas.
Yeah, we almost got stranded.
Very Bethany Ever After.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. So, I mean, if that applies to you,
Yeah.
come and get me.
Okay, so that is essentially Brendan's dating app right here and now. Yeah. Let's get to the Shannon meltdown.
Yes. So, what do you think?
What do I think? Okay. I think there's some people online that are like very upset that like this feels like a Heather Dubrow takedown. Where I don't think I feel that strongly because like I think like Heather Dubrow cannot be taken down.
She's also very much holding her own in this scene.
Yeah.
She like knows what's happening. And I think like, if anything, it's a Shannon Bedore takedown of herself.
A self takedown.
Because at the end of the day,
She's not playing it right.
I think the most telling thing was, and it's like jumping ahead a little bit, was the moment when she was talking to Emily as Shannon. And Shannon was like, I haven't talked to you in like 2 years about anything about John Jansen. I haven't called you in 2 years. And Emily was like, actually, 2 months ago, we were sitting at Javier's and you told me all this stuff. And the longest pause. Shannon like looks at the camera and she knows that she has fucked herself.
Yeah.
I think what it is Shannon does have issues with John. We don't know how deep they go, but I think what she does is she will drink and then she will start running the phones and she'll like get on all the phones.
Or be at Javier's drinking.
Yeah, or be at Javier's. But like she does the thing. I think Emily alluded to it. Maybe it was in a preview that I saw where I think it was in the preview for next week that I saw that Emily was like, Shannon should have one of those like breathalyzer things that for the cars, but on her phone so that when she starts drinking, she can't start calling people.
I even wonder like how much does Shannon remember?
Yeah.
When this transpires.
Yeah.
And during this episode, I kind of like picked up on something. So I listened to like the Bitch Sesh episode that released a few weeks ago on feed because now they're not releasing free episodes anymore. And when Casey said, and I would not like go to this extreme of like saying Tamara is an alcoholic because like I don't know her life or anything. But like this episode, I was like, oh wait, Tamara's like super drunk right now in a way that like, it's not like a Sonia, Dorinda, Lou drunk where it's like very obvious, but like Tamara's been drunk a lot this season.
I think Tamara's doing this like weird thing with alcohol where she's using it as fuel to like almost get herself to the dramatic Tamara that everyone wants. That's like a shit stir.
Yeah.
And it's like weird because you can see her like taking shots and doing stuff in order to use it to like propel what she views as propelling the narrative forward.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting dynamic watching her and then watching Heather notice Tamara like stirring the shit.
Yeah.
And it is a very interesting dynamic all around.
Compelling.
And then it's Shannon's here, and Shannon has, and I love Shannon, but she also has her own things. And then she's got this like narrative that she wants to propel that John Jansen isn't a public figure. And it's like, how many years has he been on this show?
I know. Like, we've been in his home.
Yeah. We're with him in his no eyebrows ass all the time. I think it's like, we're obviously all of this argument has to do with like how the show's produced too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because Heather has her truth where she's not as bad in her mind as the other girls, because sure, she's talking about Shannon, but so is everybody else.
Yeah.
But what's being unsaid on the Heather side is that Heather's not bringing it up on camera.
Yeah. And then I think the other girls are the ones who are bringing it up because they're annoyed that their like shitstorm of lives is like public consumption, and like Shannon's gatekeeping what she cannot stop talking about to them drunkenly all the time.
Yeah. And just like Emily's being like so self-righteous towards Heather in this way that like doesn't make sense. And then like Gina's kind of just there these days.
No, Gina's part of the conversation.
What part?
Well, I do think like when we have like little Gina Emily side conversations, like Emily needs Gina to bounce the stuff off of.
Yeah, a perfect friend of.
You gotta stop. No, how could you like argue that this is not like this is working? Like, I don't want to change a thing.
I know, and just like us all like being by the door, like everyone's kind of been in the argument where someone's like kind of like a little too emotional and is like trying to escape, but everyone's like trying to keep them in so that everything's good. And that's what Emily's trying to do. And then like an unhelpful person comes up, aka Vicky, and she's just kind of randomly in the mix. And then they all like run off together and they like
Video Village.
Yeah, they run off to Video Village, and then like the Tres Amigas get into the car, and like the last thing we hear is like Vicky going like, "Let's whoop it up."
Wow. I mean, this was one for the books, I would say. I mean, Emily as Shannon yelling at Shannon was just so beautiful. A beautiful imagery, I would say.
Yeah. And then just like them all just like the remainder people sitting down on the couch together, and like Gina plops down. My mom was like, "Oh, I love that bag. I want that bag." It was just like one of those like big like Louis totes.
Very chic.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a freak of the week and a one true queen. Okay, this week the freak of the week. A music video dropped from one up and comer, recent Lollapalooza. Is that
Sure, yeah.
Is that what it's called in Chicago?
Yeah, Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza. Morgan Wade dropped the music video for the new hit single, fill in the blank, I don't know the name of the song, featuring one video vixen of Lady Gaga fame, Kyle Richards. And the two of them are getting hot and heavy, stroking each other's hair.
So why is this the freak?
Going in for a kiss.
Why is this the freak?
It's a freak because we've had this whole narrative of like, oh, like this is my friend, blah, 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 blah. And here we are spinning it all to like promote this music career of Morgan Wade.
Yeah, but
we have Mario Umansky in the comments, like fire emoji, fire emoji. It's like, we're just getting played.
Yeah, that's the PR spin. That was it. That's the point, Yolanda. It was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all along. But I am curious, like, when we finally do get to the bottom of all this, like, what is this? What are we doing?
Aren't we at the bottom? I mean, I guess we'll see a little more when Beverly Hills premieres and we'll get the second cycle. I bet you the second music video will come out around that time.
Oh my God. Wow. That's showbiz, baby. Okay, we have one true queen. And I think you are the one to explain what is going on here.
Sure. So obviously the situation here isn't the one true queen.
Yeah.
And it's a below deck thing, which we obviously don't cover below deck. I've watched a lot of below deck. I haven't been actively watching this season. But I know some of the players from watching below deck in general. So it's been kind of the talk of like the Bravo world, which is, I think, why we need to acknowledge it. So a horrible situation happened where the crew of Below Deck Down Under,
Yes.
they went out for a night out, which is what happened on this show, right?
Yeah.
And they were all coming back. And this woman who was a stew named Margot was a bit overserved. And Aisha, who is the chief stew, who's been on a lot of seasons of Below Deck, who I have seen on other seasons, who I really like, and she was also on the Project Runway episode that just aired last week, was kind of trying to protect her because she got the feeling that this guy, Luke, was going to be lecherous towards Margot.
Who's also a member of like the crew.
Yes, he is one of the deckhands.
Yeah.
So they get back to the boat, and Aisha decides to stay with Margot. So because she has this bad feeling about this guy, which is already very creepy.
Yeah.
The fact that like you need to stay with somebody to keep somebody away.
Yeah, that's weird.
Is very creepy. So what happened was the power on the boat went out. So Aisha, who is the chief stew, has to go help the other leadership deal with it.
Yeah.
In the time when she leaves, this guy Luke is naked and he crawls into bed with this woman Margot, and you can hear him talking to her, and she's like, no, I'm sleeping, get off me. And you can hear him almost trying to coerce her into saying that he can stay in bed. Meanwhile, production sees that this is happening and starts being like, Luke, get out of there. Get out of there.
Yeah.
It was so wild. They get him out, thank God. But then he like locks himself into
A room. Yeah.
And then there's this other girl, Laura, who is like kind of like defending him and like all this mess. So basically Aisha jumps into protect Margot and like stays with her. And then I guess the next morning or even that night, she goes and wakes up Captain Jason and tells him what's going down. And basically at the end of the day, Luke got fired the next morning.
Yeah.
And then more came out about that Laura girl because she was both defending Luke, but it also turns out that she was being lecherous towards another crew member, this guy Adam. And so she gets fired as well.
Wow.
End of the day, they're getting one true queen because I think just like
The captain
actions,
and Aisha.
the captain, Aisha, and production, the actions that they took immediately,
Sure.
incredible.
Yeah.
And they protected this girl. They did the right thing. They made sure that these fucking creeps got out of there.
Yeah.
But I think like in the history of Below Deck, more gray stuff has happened.
Yeah.
So I think this is like the one clear example where like the right thing was done very immediately.
Yeah.
And I've always liked Aisha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I mean, I'm not a Below Deck scholar, so I hope I got the details right. I think I did for the most part. But yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. What a week this week. As always, head on over to comethroughgreen.com for links to everything, Patreon, socials, etc., etc. Oh, we're TikToking again.
Yeah. One thing was enough.
One thing was enough. And just like, comment, subscribe, heart, share, retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
I wanna see ya come through, queen.